So who are the people who visit the dargahs? I think more Hindus visit the dargahs than the Muslims. Many dargahs are flourishing because of donations from the Hindus even today.
वक्फ बोर्ड से अपना सबमिशन भी पेश किया गया है.
A land mafia is there that is enjoying the land of the Waqf. It is the community that is it is friends that is eating the crop. In many cases, they have not found out, they have not tallied it with the revenue records.
Lok Sabha witnessed a marathon debate on Wakf Amendment Bill. I have with me Advocate Mr. Shaukat Ali to discuss the impacts of this amendment. Hello, sir.
Hello, ma'am. Vanakkam.
Welcome. Sir, this Wakf Amendment Bill, the original draft proposed 44 changes. What are the major changes and why opposition parties consider this amendment as very controversial?
See, the most controversial in the eyes of the opposition and in the eyes of some of the members of the Muslim community is that the Waqf, this amendment paved way for induction of non-Muslims in the Waqf boards and the Central Waqf Council. Many of the Waqfs, like Nagur Dargah and Tabli Alam, other major Waqfs in Tamil Nadu were donated by Hindus. To have a member of the Hindu community in the Waqf board is not something which is not envisaged in the Sufi parampara, because most of the Waqfs, according to Sachar committee, most of the Waqfs are dargahs, and the lands endowed in favor of the dargahs. So who are the people who visit the dargahs? I think more Hindus visit the dargahs than the Muslims, and the contributors to Ajmer Sharif Dargah or any dargah anywhere in India are the Hindus. So they are the biggest contributors. And many of the Waqfs have been donated by Hindus, like Pratap Singh. He has donated the mosques in the Nagpur.
I understand
and
the
all that.
donation, but how come they can be the point of view of the opposition? How they can decide on the property of the Waqf?
See, again, these many of the Hindus have donated Waqf in Tamil Nadu. The biggest Waqf, in my opinion, was donated by Rani Mangamai and Achyutappa Nayakar. All these people have donated Waqf. Yes, we will accept their lands, but we will not accept them in our Waqf board is hypocrisy. I don't agree with that. They are, in fact, many dargahs are flourishing because of donations from the Hindus even today for Urs, Nagore and other places. Even visitors, people who visit and who offer their Kanikai, they are all Hindus. So they should be in the Waqf board. There is nothing which prevents them from being members of the Waqf board, because they also have the interest of the Waqf, protecting the Waqf in their ethos.
Okay.
See, you see those people who have come into the Waqf today. They are all people who don't believe in the Sufi saints. They are people who feel that it should be destroyed.
So you mean to say the induction of non-Muslims into the Waqf property is one of the major controversial amendment?
Yes, it is controversial to them. It is not controversial to the Dargah people, because many, like All India Ulema and Mashayikh board, they have welcomed this amendment. They in fact wanted a different board for them, which unfortunately has not been acceded to by the government. They are fully supporting, the Dargah people are supporting this amendment bill, because it protects the Dargah properties.
Okay. What are the other major?
Other major opposition attack is removal of Section 40. Earlier, in the earlier act, there was a Section 40 by virtue of which the Waqf board could determine, based on so many facts, they could determine what is a Waqf property. Now that power has been rescinded. They don't have the powers anymore to say this property is Waqf property. Because earlier, what happens is, after, take for instance India, Tamil Nadu, the last Waqf survey was conducted in 1958. Subsequent to the Waqf survey and before that Waqf survey, we had Land Reforms Act. Many of the Dargah properties and Waqf properties were appropriated by the government. After the proforma, after the Waqf survey in 1958, based on that Waqf survey, you have this proforma, which says the extent of the Waqf land. This, in many cases, they have not carried out properly. They have not found out, they have not tallied it with the revenue records. They just went by whatever was stated in the Waqfnama, saying this is 200 acres of land. They mentioned the 200 acres of land. They forgot to check this, counters check this with the revenue records.
Right.
It is symptomatic across India. They have not updated the records, and many of the records are not incommensurate with the land revenue records. That is the problem we are facing. Major problem is this. This is the reason why the Waqf board claimed a 2,000-year-old temple belonging to the Waqf. Subsequently, what happened was, even though there was a Waqf Nama, the entire land was appropriated by the village was appropriated by the government of Tamil Nadu, then government of Madras, and Ratwari Pattas were issued to landholders. The major problem comes here. Once, what the Waqf board has been doing is they just look into their 1958 outdated records and they say this is Waqf property.
During the debates, Union Minorities Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju raised a point. He said, if India holds, the huge, vast amount of Waqf properties, why the Muslim community, many of them remain poor? They suffer in poverty.
Because these lands should have been used for the welfare of the Muslim community, which is not. Because many of the lands are under occupation, illegal occupation. The Waqf board has not done anything. They say we have retrieved, I'm talking about pan-India. How much they have retrieved, we don't know. How much they have lost, we don't know. So what have they done from the income generated from the Waqf? They should keep a tab.
So you mean to say this amendment would bring in a lot of transparency, accountability?
Yes, definitely this amendment will bring a lot of transparency in the matter, because we have audit by the CAG. Many of the Waqfs were not giving proper audits, and there was a lot of collusion.
So what was the procedure earlier?
Earlier procedure was that you give all these accounts to the Waqf board. Then the Waqf board sends all these accounts to the LR, to the government department for audit. It is their own accounts. What happens is, no proper accounts were maintained.
So
and
literally there was no the second pair of eyes that would go through these records.
Nothing. Now everything is with the CAG. 2013 Act, they should have updated what is the rental amount received by them, whether the rental amount is in commensurate with the Waqf lease rules, current reserve price and all that. Nothing has been done. So a land mafia is there that is enjoying the lands of the Waqf. And you will be surprised, it is the community that is it is friends that is eating the crop. It's not that the others are coming and eating the community's property. It is the community people who are eating their own properties. They are not rendering accounts, and you will be surprised to know that there was about 2,000 crore scam in Tamil Nadu. Madras High Court issued a writ. Based on that writ, there was a inquiry. Nothing has come out.
MPs like OIC and DMK MP Kanimuri, many of them, they mentioned about how this Article 15, the right to Article 15, the right to practice one's religion, and Article 30, the right of minority communities to establish and administer education institutions. They said these two articles of the Constitution are violated by these amendments.
No, that is their view. They may have their own view. Let the court, Parliament has already decided that it is not violative. Parliament will pass this act. Let them challenge in court. Let the court decide whether it violates or not. It is a viewpoint. It is not it may not even gel with the reality. But they are saying, on what grounds they are saying? Again, come back to inclusion of non-Muslims in the Waqf Act.
So, on ground, as an advocate, don't you think the Article 15 and Article 30, they are not being violated by these amendments?
They are not being violated. Then that means you are questioning the rationale of the government passing this act.
Framing this act.
Yes. Then you should have questioned in 1954. Then you should have questioned in 1995. Your predecessors have not questioned in 1954, not in 1995. Now you want to question now. That means they are saying, okay, we should not have any control over these properties via the Central Waqf Council or via the Waqf boards, then you go, then you say we don't deserve this act, we don't deserve any control, you please remove the CWC and the state Waqf boards.
So this Wakf Amendment Bill, it's all started from Tamil Nadu actually.
Yes.
When an entire village named Tiruchendurai was
Tiruchendurai.
declared as a
Yes,
Waqf
yes,
property, and it sent shockwaves across the country. So what can we expect the impact in Tamil Nadu considering these amendments are passed? What will be the impact in altering the Waqf properties in Tamil Nadu?
Not altering, see, I told you, right, the survey, last survey was done in 1958. They should have done the resurvey under 2013 Amendment Act. They have not done any resurvey. They are saying now we have done the resurvey. I don't know whether it matches with the land records or not. They have to release that data saying this is the matching with the land records and this is not matching. I don't think so. They have come out with that. Whether they say they have completed the survey. What they have done is they completed the survey where there is no dispute. That survey is over. Now they have to come to this. 1958 was the last survey done by you. After that, you have a Land Reforms Act right under 1963. And much before this Act, 1954 Act, also land survey, many lands were taken away, Inam Abolition Act, Madras Land Act, everything, lands have been appropriated by the government. This information is lacking in the revenue, in their records, the survey, Waqf survey records. So the corpus of the work continues. Only the form changes.
Sir, there was another important change in this brought in this bill about donating a property. A person, he should have at least followed
5 years.
Yeah, can you explain on
See,
that?
what government felt is many people...
Practicing that religion at least minimum for 5 years.
Yes.
A person to donate a land, you need to have practiced that religion for at least 5
5
years.
years. See,
Why there is a cap on this 5 years
Why
and
this-
why it is necessary?
There's a cap. Why it was necessary, why it was necessitated was because people convert to Islam and then they write waqf in the name of, they create a waqf. That affects the legacy, that affects the property rights of the children who may not have become Muslims. That is the reason this was given. Because sometimes what happens, people out of spite, I will not give my property to you. So they said, okay, I know how to deprive you. He becomes Muslim, I make it into waqf. To prevent this type of misuse and to give the right to the legal eyes, this was initiated.
Introduced.